How's it going, guys? Thought I'd do a quick update on how we're getting on with the cars, and I've also got a little bit of a hack for all the RX8 owners out there that want to run the big Monster Tacs and unsure how to put them in. Follow the rest of the video and I'll show you how to do that shortly. But yeah, here's a bit of an update on the cars and everything so far. So Jordan's car, we've got the new engine in it. Everything's all hooked up. We've run it a number of times now. Unfortunately, we've got a water pump issue, so I was going to put a factory one back in, but I've ordered a Green Brothers one just to help the cooling a bit. Cooling has been a bit of an issue for us, especially at the start of the season. Yeah, the other engine, that engine saw temperatures of excess of 240, 250, 260 degrees occasionally, and the computer didn't like that, so it used to shut it down and only be able to rev it to 5, which made Jordan think about what he was doing. But yeah, we've got that engine in, all going. Got new coils, new plugs, new leads, new internals, every spring, apex seal, water seal, and the thing's done. The 4-port, it's a 4-port engine, but it's got 6-port stationary gears. Yeah, power seal, apex seals, power seal, water seal kit. We're running a big oil cooler on it to try and keep the thing reasonably cool. Not that you can really see too much, but yeah, big oil cooler in there, big radiator, massive fan. So yeah, we have a couple of panels to paint and put on, but essentially that's it for this car. We have Dyno Day coming up on the 28th of this month, so that'll be interesting. We have always run it on, so the story behind this was when we built it, we had a engine loom and everything done for us, and we plugged it all in, put it all on the factory computer, and for the life of us we couldn't get it to go. Yeah, we struggled. Wasn't 100% sure if it was what I did or what the person who did the loom did, or whether the computer was faulty, or whether the immobilizer system and these, which are notorious for just crapping out, failed. So yeah, we made the call to buy a Haltech. Haltech released their plug and play RX8 computer, which is essentially a Nexus, but it's made for the RX8, so it's the best of both worlds. So we bought one of those, plugged it in, it told us where our problem was, so we fixed that, and boom, away it went. First startup, like mint. And I know a lot of you guys out there watching this will be going, no, you can't do that, but we raced it. We didn't tune it, we didn't do anything. All our goal was to get Jordan out on track and to do some laps, and one thing led to another, and yeah, he did 12 odd meetings in it, and to be fair, it didn't go that bad compared to a road one that's had an exhaust and filter and tune. It definitely didn't have the punchy mid-range from what Jordan tells me. Like, we have a couple of road ones as well, and yeah, it wasn't as punchy. So yeah, I think we were down at least 20 or 30 horsepower, losing a whole heap of torque. So this dyno day should be a big day. Not sure what it'll make at the wheels. I'll be happy with 160, 170 at the wheels, would be fantastic. But it is only a little 4-port engine, so you can't expect too much from them. We also have the diff, which is a 4:1 ratio diff. We have a 4:4 currently in there, so we'll be putting that in, which we're organising now to get that in. Jordan's been working away on it last night and getting everything undone to drop the complete subframe and then put that subframe in. What else have we got? Well, this one here is Jordan's 6-port car. So we're building this to be a 6-port powered RX8. It's going to be a little bit lighter, and cage is going to be a wee bit different. Just trying to move everything back, and we've learned a lot of lessons from the first car. So yeah, it's all stripped out. There's not too much left in there now. So yeah, this is we're just getting all the panels ready, and then got a couple of guys that want to do some welding work for us, so we'll get stuck into building the cage for that. And while we're doing that, we will be we'll be doing 2 cages, bending up everything twice, because we have my car here that will be another 4-port car. I'm not going to bother with the 6-port. Being a rounder person, I need as much torque as I can get, and the 4-ports do actually make a wee bit more torque than 6-ports. So I'm just currently getting a rear guard ready to go on. I've trimmed it all back to the frame here, and what I hope to do is stick that there on and then just plug that up to that seam right the way around there. And obviously we've got a bit at the door there to cut off yet to match up to what's on the ground there. But while this is outside, I want to try and keep, it's still got carpet and everything in it. I haven't finished stripping it out yet, so just want to keep the water out of it. But yeah, this one, once we've got the diff and everything in Jordan's car, this one will roll into the garage, and then we'll have the diff out of Jordan's car put into this car, and the diff out of this car will be pulled apart, changed, and then put into the red car here. So the 6-port will like the higher RPM and the lower gearing that the 4.4 gives it, where the 4-port really runs out of puff about 8,500 RPM, and currently Jordan was revving it to 9 and a bit. So yeah, it just needed more speed from what we could tell on videos and what he was saying. So the car's just walked on him a little bit. He isn't left foot braking it, he's not driving it flat out yet either, so there's still more in him and more in the car. So that's that. Right, now for the guys that like the rev counters. So what we have Monster Tac, and all Monster Tac wiring diagrams, or wiring, is white, which is normally your light, black, which is normally your earth, red, which is normally your power, and green, which is your trigger wire. That's what tells the rev counter what to do. So in an RX8, your computer would be sitting in the car as such, and your engine harness loom, you have the 2 plugs that are this side of the computer. Now what you want to do is you want to turn the computer around and have a look, and what you have is a white wire and then a green wire. That green wire is the wire you tee into for the green wire off your rev counter. That is leading coil 1 ignition pulse or trigger or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that green wire there next to the white one, that green wire you tee into. So you remove your rubber and you just tee into that green wire. You don't have to cut it, you just add the trigger wire into it. Those little prong type connections, one of those, that's all we've done on Jordan's. And yeah, you put it into that green wire there, and the computer will normally sit like that, so when you're looking at it in your car, the computer will be like that. So yeah, you want to turn that around, and it's the green wire next to the white one, and yeah, that will give you the trigger so you can run Monster Taco just like Jordan's is, and works fine. I've had a number of guys asking about it, and I thought, oh, I will add it to this video, and yeah, I hope that helps. Again, it's your engine bay loom, like your motor engine harness, that you find that green wire. It's not the wires coming into the computer. Normally you'll have your input wires, there'll be 2 plugs here, and then if you've got a 6-port or an automatic car, you'll have the little middle plug. So you should have 5 plugs or 4 plugs if you're a 4-port car. But as I said, it's the engine harness loom wires you really want to look at, and again, find that green wire and tee into that, and that will give you your pulse or your ignition feed for your rev counter to tell how many revs the car is doing. A lot of guys say, oh, CAN bus, and yes, the RX8 computer, everything in the RX8 is through the CAN bus, but what you're doing by doing this is actually finding the feed or the trigger from the coil before it reaches the CAN bus. So that's where you want to take it from. But apart from that, we'll yeah, I've got a lot of work to do. As I said, the grey car here is just about ready for cage, and when a couple of the lads come around and we start putting this thing together cage wise, we'll be bending up and doing 2 of everything. So then the red car, hopefully by the time this grey car is just about caged, the red one will be ready to fit the cage into. So but yeah, Jordan's car pretty much ready to go. As I said, we've got dyno day, got some doors to guard doors and stickers to do on one side, and yeah, that's about it for Jordan. So he's hoping to be at the first practices in Blenheim. I think we've got 1 green sheeting day and 1 practice early September, late September, and then we've got a double practice day in October. So yeah, we travel a wee bit to go to our home track. Our home track is 3.5 hours away towing, so yeah, we going up there and doing 2 practices in 1 day is fantastic. Saves us a bit of gas, especially in the current economy. And yeah, we're hoping to have these other 2 cars. Won't be for this season. Depending on how we go, maybe mine might rear its head halfway through the season, but we're going to have a pretty spectacular non-eventful season, i.e. no damage, no motors, no gearboxes, thanks Jordan. And yeah, alright, that's it for me. Take care everyone, keep rotoring on, and yeah, we'll see you again soon.